the Baltimore Ravens are currently sitting at 5-5. And if the season were to end today, the Ravens would be in the playoffs because they currently have control of the 6th seed in the AFC. In the past, the Ravens have always been built around defense, but over the past 3 years, that hasn't really been the case. But this year, they got back to it, man. They have one of the best defenses in the NFL. I mean, the stats speak for themselves. 17.1 points allowed per game, which is third best in the NFL. 306 yards allowed per game, which is sixth in the NFL. 185.2 passing yards per game, which is second in the league. But there is a weakness to this defense, and it's the rush defense. They allow an average of 120.8 yards per game, which is 26th in the league, so towards the bottom in the league in that category. But this defense doesn't just stop you. These guys, they get after the quarterback, which is surprisingly led by Terrell Suggs. Terrell Suggs leads this team in sacks, man. And in the past, when we used to play this Ravens team, it was never Ray Lewis who scared me on the defense. It was never ever Ray Lewis. It was either Ed Reed or Suggs. And it's kind of crazy to see Terrell Suggs still performing quite well for his age. He has 7.5 sacks. So they have 28 total team sacks, so they do a good job of getting after the quarterback. And they get a bunch of turnovers too, man. They have a +8 turnover ratio, which is always good. But it's the turnovers they get. They turn the ball over a lot. But yet they have a +8 turnover differential. That's just crazy. They have a total of 10 fumble recoveries and a total of 16 interceptions. 16 for a total of 26 turnovers. Like, this defense can beat you in so many ways. They can suffocate you, they can get after your quarterback, they can make you turn the ball over. And it's funny because if you look at this defense, they really have no legitimate star power. They don't have a Patrick Peterson. They don't have a Von Miller. They don't have a Luke Kuechly. These guys just play their part, they do their job, and they get the job done. It's really that simple. If you do your job, as cliche as it might sound, you can have a good unit. But as I said, the rush defense on this team isn't all that good. But overall, a good defense. But these guys, however, have benefited from a pretty easy schedule and some pretty mediocre quarterbacks that they've had to play, including Andy Dalton, DeShone Kizer, Derek Carr, because he's been playing terrible this year, Mitchell Trubisky, what's his name, Jay Cutler, Marcus Mariota, Brett Hundley. None of these guys are really all that good, and neither is Blake Bortles. But when they do play a better team, they get beat 44-7 versus the Jaguars, 26-9 versus the Steelers, and they even got beat by Mr. Trubisky. So yeah, I mean, most of their stats are kind of padded a bit. They have 3 shutouts against 3 abysmal offenses. The Bengals, the Dolphins, and the Brett Hundley-led Packers. So it's kind of not surprising that this team has such a high ranked defense when they've been playing teams like that. But you gotta give credit where it's due. They have a good defense. But when we go to the offensive side, things really change. They average 21.3 points per game, which is 18th in the league. So, kind of middle of the pack type of thing. They average 279.8 yards per game, which is second to last in the league. They average 165.2 passing yards per game, which is dead last in the league. And they average 114.6 rushing yards per game, which is 14th in the league, so again, middle of the pack. So, their offense is really bad. Abysmal. And most of that has been due to the play of Joe Flacco, man. The guy can't get it going. I remember back then there used to be conversations. Is Joe Flacco elite? And an argument could have been made for him, but now it's kind of obvious the guy is not elite. Yes, he has a good completion percentage, but when you have 1,700 passing yards, 9 touchdowns to 11 interceptions, you're not elite. You're not elite. And part of that could be because of his offensive line. His offensive line isn't really good. Ever since Marshall Yanda went down for the season, or was lost for the season, the offensive line hasn't performed that well. Joe Flacco, or just quarterbacks in general, in Baltimore have been sacked 22 times. So, yeah. Their offense is a mess. They don't really have any real running back. These guys are running back by committee pretty much. And the receivers aren't really all that good either. I mean, their leading receiver is Jeremy Maclin with 344 yards at this point in the season after 10 games. Yeah. Their offense is pathetic. The only reason they're 5-5 is because of their defense. And somewhat an easy schedule. So, the Ravens are an average team, good defense, abysmal offense. And that's all I really think about the Ravens. And Ravens fans, if you're watching, comment down below if I missed anything, because I did not follow your team. I haven't even really gotten a chance to watch your team. I'm just going by what's really known out there. Anyways, with that being said, guys, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and click the little notification bell for me. Notifies you whenever I live stream or something. And yeah, thank you for watching, and have a great day. Peace.